Today on the channel, we're going to talk about in the process of buying a license, there's the transfer part. So like you have license under agreement and now you have to get it from seller to buyer.
Yep.
Let's dive into it.
It's one of the most pivotal parts of the whole transaction.
Right.
And one of the most complicated.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think here what we do for our process is we break it into 3 categories. You have the people, the place, and the money.
Yep.
So why don't we go into each one and then we'll educate a little bit.
All right, excellent. So we can start with the people. It is the people that make up the entity that owns the license. So we'll have to get some basic information from you, some detailed information. Learn about your background. The Liquor Control Board will be doing a background check on everybody. And identify the manager for the location, because each location has to have a Liquor Control Board approved manager.
Yes. The one thing people ask usually is, how do I qualify?
Yeah.
And it depends on the license you're getting.
Yeah.
Because for a restaurant liquor license or a retail license, it's qualification A. For a wholesale, it's B. For manufacturing, it's C.
Yes.
So we can assess that based off of type of license. And then we're going into the place, which we covered in our last video, which is we go with the 30 bus rule.
So if 30 people show up on a bus and they come into your restaurant, would you be able to seat them and feed them? And that's mainly it. And do you have a valid health permit to be able to serve them?
And then depending on rule for retail purposes,
For retail.
if you have a health permit, you also have to have 400 square feet of serving area.
Correct.
Eating license, eating place dispenser, 300. Then you're talking about a beer distributor, whole different qualification set, actually a lot easier. 1,000 square feet, office, bathrooms for your employees. Then manufacturing, that's a whole other animal.
Whole other ballgame. One thing to keep in mind about the place on a transfer with the Pennsylvania Liquor Control Board is that we license everything by room rather than premises. So each room, if you make any changes to those rooms, those do have to be reported, things like that. So something to keep in mind to have your plan ready to go. Because it could cost you more money if you have some changes down the line.
From the place, we have people, place, and then the money.
Yep.
Money, PLCB goes down to its source. So every person that's involved in your transaction, any investor, everything has to be provided to the PLCB. It's total transparency.
Yep.
And then the way we look at the money is once we validate at its source, we go then to where it's coming from. If it's from a person, individual, is it gifted? Is it lent? Is it a commercial lender, non-commercial lender? There's a lot of ways in the web to really make this become an approved situation.
Is your spouse on the account? Are they not on the entity? Do they give approval to use those joint funds? It gets in the weeds.
Got one small detail.
Which is?
Intermunicipal process.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so then if, to educate everybody, if your license you're buying is not from the same municipality that you are located, then you have to go through the intermunicipal process, which is where the receiving municipality must approve you before the PLCB can receive your application. I look at it like the Willy Wonka golden ticket.
And for that, we're referring to restaurant and eating place licenses. Distributor licenses do not have to go through that process.
Yes, they are for the 2 most popular licenses. They're required. I mean, it is like Shark Tank, like we like to say, but the client represents himself. I mean, the whole purpose is it's to have someone who's going to own the business show up, talk about what they're doing, and explain that they're not going to be a detriment to the community.
Exactly, and most of them go along pretty smoothly. I mean, most of these municipalities really do want to support small business in their areas.
Yeah, it's a good process too, because it also then kind of transitions into the Orange Poster, which we hang on. We have the Orange Poster series here at Specialty Group, where we use the Restaurant Broker platform on Instagram to promote our clients, to let people know something's coming, to drive business and engagement. But the real purpose of that Orange Poster is to allow protests. If people don't want something to come, then they have the ability to stop that from happening, and they have to be a qualified protest, which goes over on the Orange Poster, different conversation. But I think with the Orange Poster, this intermunicipal process cuts really that need out, because people have their chance to meet the business owner, ask questions, and raise their concerns.
Exactly.
The nice thing about what we do is we charge a flat rate fee, because we understand how to get this process done in a very reasonable time frame. We're talking 6 to 10 weeks usually on average. There's a lot of steps involved, and it's very easy to delay a transfer if information is not provided, or if the person handling the work might not be in a rush. Charging a flat rate fee allows that time be pushed, and I think that's something that we have an advantage over of what we do.
Of course, our incentives align with the with the transferee, so it makes sense.
Yeah, and it includes all the costs and everything else. Transfer in a nutshell, we're making it sound like it is a very strenuous process, but we do our best to hold your hand, and we really make this process as simple as possible.
Exactly. That's the goal, is to make it easy for you, or as easy as possible. Each transfer is different. Things come up, but there's ways to make everything work out, and that's where we're here, is to help you problem solve through this difficult regulatory process.
Yeah. And on that note, thanks for watching. If you want to learn more about transfers and how we can help you, you can give us a call at 412-369-1555. We are at extension 2, or go to our website at specialtygroup.com. Thank you guys for watching.